Hi, folks. My name's Melanie Cardwell. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I normally work with, or I do day to day, work with health and natural healing. And I'll put loads of videos out on energy medicine techniques and herbs and various other things. But today I want to talk to you about something else. So a couple of days ago, I was out walking my dogs, and my guides gave me a little kick to put this video out, and I haven't had the opportunity till today. I'm not very technically minded, so another sort of like little hiccup perhaps, but here I am. I want to talk to you today about fear. Whether you're aware of it or not, there are a lot of very crazy things going on in the world right now. The current world situation is instilling fear in an awful lot of people, and I'm conscious of that with a lot of people around me particularly. And it's instilling fear more so than ever. Whether it be the current narrative that we've had for the last 18, 24 months, or things on a much bigger global scale that have nothing to do with health. That has nothing to do with health either, but that's another issue. And I understand that it's causing a lot of fear in a lot of people. Whether it's a fear of change, whether it's a fear of death, whether it's a fear of getting sick, whether it's a fear of losing your job, whatever it might be, there's an awful lot of fear floating around in our lovely atmosphere right now. And those dark forces thrive on it. Those dark agendas thrive on it. And it keeps us in a lower vibration. And what I want to talk to you today is about raising your vibration, being able to let go of that fear, whether it's fear of change or whatever, and being able to let go of it. So from a physical perspective, which is generally my forte, I don't normally talk spiritual stuff, but I feel very inspired to do this. It's very important. From a physical perspective, fear energetically is linked with the kidneys. It's the emotion that's associated with the kidneys. So from an iridology point of view, if you have blue eyes or green hazel eyes, which are blue with a pigment over them, making different shades of green or light brown, you're more prone to kidney issues or kidney urinary issues, perhaps genetic weakness in that area and that sort of thing. You also have thinner blood, so you feel the cold more. And winter is a prime time for kidneys to be wrapped up nice and warm because we tend to feel it. So if the kidneys aren't functioning very well, fear can be one of those emotions that come up. Or fear, likewise, if you turn it around, can affect the kidneys and help them deteriorate. So kidney health from a food nutritional point of view, cranberries, lemon juice, watery foods, funnily enough, like lettuce, like cucumber, melons, all of those are really, really good for the kidneys. And so is barley, pot barley, pearl barley, barley in soups, that sort of thing. Energetically, we have meridians which is one of our energy systems in the body that run through the body. And the kidney meridian runs from underneath the soles of our feet, round our ankles, and comes straight up to just underneath the collarbone here. So if you're feeling fear, deep fear, anxiety, panic, this is a really, really good place to tap or rub gently underneath the collarbone. And also the cheekbones here, tapping on your cheekbones will help ground you. This is the end of the stomach meridian, and that's about grounding, about feeling stable and a little bit more secure. So either of these points are really, really good to tap physically to help those emotions come up. And in order to heal ourselves, heal the planet, heal situations perhaps within family that are coming up, there's also various other techniques that I want to share with you. We need to learn to step into the void. Um, Most of us do not like change, and there's a lot of changes happening right now. Okay. So, from an emotional point of view, if you're afraid of change, I want to share a lovely book with you called Who Moved My Cheese? And it's written by a guy called Dr. Spencer Johnson. It's a very, very small little book, probably read it in within 30 minutes to an hour. Um, and it's a little like a little parable. So it's very, very helpful to help you change perspectives. Everything's a matter of perspective. Uh, Fear is one perspective, and then on the other side of that, we've got love. Everything is energy. Fear is just a darker, denser energy. And like I said, I feel, it's a case of negative or positive emotions. Um, uh, Fear versus love. Okay, and we can look at that on a scale. There's a lot of fear coming out of, if you're somebody that sits in front of the telly or reads the newspaper daily or catches up with media on news on social media and that sort of thing. Most of that's negative. It's always been fairly negative. I don't remember the last time I saw positive things in newspapers or on the news. And that's part of that propaganda and everything that's out there to really raise that fear level. And I'm trying to lower that fear level in some way. Okay. So take your focus away from negative stuff, whether it's on the news, whether it's out there on social media. You don't need to engage in it. I came away from Facebook earlier this year, probably January. And other than occasionally getting an email to tell me that somebody's posted a lovely photo, I might go in and look at that. But other than that, I don't need the fear energies that come out of Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I'm very fortunate and very grateful that I live in a beautiful part of the countryside in southeast England. I go out in nature every single day. You have to walk a dog, but I like to go out and walk. I've got a favourite tree over in my churchyard across the road that I go and visit called Helen. Lovely beech tree. And I sit with her. I find I gave my TV away 20 years ago. I choose what comes into my vibrational world. Okay, I choose. And this is about a very important time to be sovereign, to make choices. And it's vital. I don't know how, I can't, our focus needs to be on what gives us joy. And that helps to lift our vibration. We are also amazing. I don't even know the words. We are amazing creators. Us humans here on this planet, we are amazing creators, and we can literally create our own world and create our own future. And that's what we do day to day. And coming from a fear-based reality with a lot of that negativity and that fear around you, you're going to be putting more of that. You're going to exacerbate that fear, that negative, darker energy, and that will be part of your energy in how you create your future from a fear-based mentality, from a fear-based heart space. And also we feel a lot of fear in our solar plexus, which is why I talked about the grounding here from the stomach. Okay. So various ways that we can let go of that fear is, and turn it around by looking at creating a new reality for ourselves, because we are powerful creators, and we create whatever reality we see around us. Co-create it with people within us, and if we're in a family environment. But if that energy, that darker fear energy, is proliferating in that environment, then that's what you're going to see more of. But the second that you acknowledge that and turn it around, is when you can change it, and know that you have that ability within you to be able to change what's going on around you. You really can, even with tiny, tiny, tiny steps. Okay. It involves stepping into that void a little bit. And for a lot of people, that is, again, a scary thing. If it means take a few deep breaths before you open your mouth and say something to somebody, if it means switching certain things off, it's a time now for letting go of things that no longer serve us, letting go of stuff that really doesn't do us any benefit whatsoever. And like I said, focus on what gives us joy. We're here to, it doesn't mean not acknowledge the darker stuff that's coming up, but that would be necessarily stuff that we've got to heal within ourselves. There are, again, on a much bigger scale, there's a lot more light coming into the planet. The easiest way I can put that is, along with this whole fear agenda and dark agenda that's happening, there's a lot of planetary alignments from an astrological point of view, and I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow some really lovely astrologers and listen to them, and it's always made a lot of sense to me. But there is literally a lot more light coming into the planet, and what it's doing is helping us ascend within our physical bodies. So we are becoming lighter beings, more loving beings. That light is a love energy that comes in. It's the same energy I use for healing every day. And it's also shining a light on the darker stuff that is around us in order for us to acknowledge it and let it go. Okay? There are, again, various techniques that will enable us to do that. And one of them is something called Oponopono, which is a Hawaiian word, and it's 4 phrases. So it is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. Not necessarily in that order, but that's what it means. Ho'oponopono. It's like a mantra that you can say, which again will help raise your vibration. There's other ways. I talked about walking in nature. If you live in a city and you don't have a local park or anything like that, even if you've got a postage stamp garden, go and sit out that and just listen to the birds for 5 minutes. Go and plant your feet on the grass, or bare feet on the grass will help ground you, will release any energies. Meditation is absolutely wonderful. It doesn't necessarily mean sitting there, eyes closed, chanting Om, whatever. Meditation for me is out walking my dogs and looking at the hedgerows and seeing what's out and about, listening to the birds. Reading a favorite book and sitting quietly in a warm space in front of a fire. There's having a lovely candlelit bath, and with lovely salts or essential oils. Dancing is a great way to meditate. Whatever helps you get out of your head and constant thoughts going on in your head. Laughter. Watch some funny films. Talk to an old friend on the phone that you haven't spoken to for ages and catch up with them, even just for a few minutes, excuse me, a few minutes a day. That will really, really help raise your vibration and eliminate most of the fear that's in and around your space. So, forgiving people, letting go of people. If you find, and this is very, very common right now, a lot of people are finding that they're in the wrong relationship, they're in the wrong job, they don't like what they're doing anymore. My personal belief is that the last couple of years have given us an opportunity, particularly with lockdowns and things like that, to really assess our lives. And as there's more light coming into the planet, that is encouraging us to raise our vibration and really, again, like I said, let go of things that no longer serve us. So whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's friends, you may have already noticed that there's friends that you had in your life a year ago that you barely speak to, or they've just kind of disappeared and gone off and done their own thing. We are evolving beings, human beings. And it's a very, very exciting time to be alive right now. I can't stress that enough. It's a really, really exciting time where we're being given the opportunity to ascend with this beautiful planet that we live on and take our physical bodies with us, although they're becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. And that's probably a subject for another video. But things, again, it's a very exciting time to be alive. Things are breaking down all around us, but we're being given an opportunity to birth a new world out of this. So I want very much for you to be able to look at your lives, look at what's going on around you, and really assess if I'm a great list writer. I have so much going on in my head right now. I've got a bunch of notes down here because there's so much going on. Sometimes I feel like I can't articulate exactly what it is I want to say. So I empty my head. I write things down. I write lists of everything, and constantly, daily. But it helps me get the stuff that's in here and be able to see it clearly, physically, and be able to articulate it. So what I want to say is, don't look to the past. Okay, that's really, really important. That's gone. Whatever happened yesterday, whatever happened last week, whatever happened 10 years ago with somebody or in a relationship or with, whatever happened, there's nothing you can do about that now, except perhaps forgive that person, that situation, whatever. Okay. And that's really important because you come from a heart space and a higher vibration, and carrying things that happened way long ago or even yesterday are detrimental to your health on lots of different levels. Okay. So carrying shit like that, excuse my French, is not beneficial to you whatsoever. And there's nothing we can do about the past. Trusting what's coming in the future, yes, this is a prime time right now to really focus on things that you want to manifest in your future. What kind of world do you want to live in? What kind of things do you want to come into your life? What kind of people do you want to surround yourself with? What kind of things do you love to do that you think you can share with the world? Whether it be the world, or whether it just be your small community, whether it just be your few friends that you've got, Again, like I said, this last year or two has given us an opportunity to really assess where we're at in life, what's important, what isn't, what can we let go of, okay? And if you've got particular skills, for instance, that you like, a particular hobby that you really like doing, let's say you like growing things, then maybe there's a few others of you that you can get together and maybe get an allotment space in your town, village, whatever, dig up an extra bit of your garden and maybe decide you want to grow a bit more next year. That's going to be really important if we get food shortages and all sorts of things. Where we're going and what we're doing right now is we're building a bigger, brighter future for ourselves, okay? Beyond this, and you've got to trusting in the future going forward, but being in the now. That is so important. Being in the now, every single moment that you have, be in the now. So if you notice negative things, fearful things coming into your mind, into your space, into your arena, acknowledge them, let them go. Find a way of moving beyond that, okay? That means working on yourself. So again, going back to when I have wobbly days, and I have wobbly days occasionally, when I have wobbly days, I will put on some really lovely music that really inspires me, or I will listen to, there's a lot of people I like to listen to that inspire me. Esther Hicks and Abraham really are inspirational. Other channeled messages from other people really inspire me and lift my vibration. They literally lift my vibration. Walking in nature, going out with a dog, just sitting with a dog and cuddling, animals and dogs and cats, they are the best carriers of this bright, beautiful, unconditional love energy. And they will infuse you with it if you just want to sit for 5 minutes and cuddle your animal, you know. What else? Let's see. What else can I tell you? Bear with me. Let me just read through my notes because I've scribbled so much on this piece of paper you wouldn't believe. We need to hold a higher vibration, and let's see. I want to tell you and remind you, whether it's apparent to you or not, again, I trust personally that things are happening as they're supposed to, even though it may not seem like it at the moment. And that we've got to trust that we have the capability to be able to manifest a better reality and a better future going forward, because nothing can stop what is coming. This energy coming in, and there are more beautiful, brighter things just around the corner. Okay. And so a lot of my focus is on creating a new future for myself and those around me, and what I can do right now, in this moment, in this now, to be able to assist people in whatever way possible. And then acknowledging the higher your vibration is lifted with whatever it is you do. I'm crocheting a lot at the moment. I really just, I lose myself. It's a bit like a meditation for me, losing myself in my crochet, okay? Not least that I'm making lots of lovely gifts for my family and friends for these festive times coming up. But whatever's fear-based can't match in a higher vibration. So it will literally dissipate. It will literally disappear. It will literally move out of your space, your arena. But if you constantly feel like you're in that energy, that fear, lower, anxiety-based energy, and stay in that, you will, law of attraction tells you, you will get more of that. So when you recognize it, that's the first step. It only takes up to 30 days to change a negative thought pattern or a negative habit, okay? And negative thought patterns, these constant little things that are in our head all the time, telling us we can't do this, we're not good enough for this, we can't do that, you know, whatever. Those things, these things, certain words you can't say on YouTube because they'll flag things up. That is literally keeping you in this lower fear-based reality, okay? So we want to raise our vibration, and that's how we walk through this time. That is literally, you have to, each individual person, nobody can do this for you. Being a powerful creator means that you can create good or bad in your lifetime, okay? But we're the only ones that can make a change and change it and turn it around. We are literally, nobody else is going to do this for you. Even when I have people come to see me in clinic, I will initially tell them, thank them for coming because they've made that first step in their healing journey. And then I will tell them that I am very, very happy to assist them and to inspire them and to help them move forward in their healing journey, and give them all sorts of techniques and herbs and everything else, and healing and everything else. But it's them that's got to do the work. I can't do it for them. Nobody can do it for you. A doctor can't do this for you. Nothing can other than you. And I know sometimes that might be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow for some people, but we have to take responsibility for ourselves, for our life, for creating what it is we bring into our lives and what we put out there into the world. Okay? It's only us that can do that and change it. Collectively, as we shine our lights on whatever's going on out there in this fear-based reality that we currently find ourselves in, we raise our vibration, we shine the light on it. And when you switch a light on in a dark room, it illuminates everything and it raises that vibration, okay, whether we're conscious of it or not. So remember that we are birthing a new world. Remember that we are healing and being asked to heal certain things in our lives. We're being asked to change certain things in our lives, whether it be, like I said, relationships, friends, family, jobs that we don't like. Maybe we don't like where we're living, and you feel like right now this is an opportunity to literally move on and find somewhere else. Pick that fear up, that fear of change predominantly, and run with it. Step into that void. I think it was Martin Luther King, don't quote me on that, but he said, just take the first step on that staircase. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take that first step. And very often when you do that, well, always when you do that, in my experience, the universe will open doors for you where you didn't believe there was one. They will literally, you make that move towards doing something that might be a little bit fearful, stepping into that unknown, and I guarantee a whole new world will open up for you. But you've got to take that first step. I think it was Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss and the universe will open doors, like I said, where there weren't any, so let me see. Be mindful what you think of. My dad, I never quite understood this as a child, but my dad always used to say, be careful what you wish for. And I never understood it until I was into adulthood and listening to Abraham and Esther Hicks and a lot of other inspirational teachers over the years. They all say the same thing. Our thoughts create our reality. So again, it's not just what we do, it's not just our emotions, it's also what we think. So when you're thinking dark thoughts, thinking negative things constantly going on in your head, find something that will literally stop that flow of that negativity and turn it around, whatever it might be. Okay, whether it means, I'm gonna just sit here and draw, scribble. I'm gonna write all this stuff out of my head. I'm going to go out and sit in the garden. I'm gonna go and cuddle my dog or my cat. Whatever it does, put some lovely vibrational music on. It will literally change that vibration and stop that thought. Thoughts manifest our reality, so be careful what you think about and which wish for. Then also, the next step from thoughts is literally speaking those words. So constantly going and complaining about something isn't right in your life, something isn't right in your life, was telling the universe, this isn't right in my life. The universe is going to give you more of that, whether you believe it or not. So take responsibility for yourself, for work on yourself. This is a vital, important time to do that, is to literally be with yourself, raise your vibration, forgive yourself, forgive others. It really is an exciting time to be alive. I can't stress that enough. Work with the Oponopono if that resonates with you. I'm sorry, thank you, I love you, please forgive me. Not necessarily in that order, but it's but you can look it up. Don't look to the past, trust in the future, but be in the now. That's really, really important. Ask the universe to hold you higher, even higher, meditate, be with yourself, and above all else, come from a place of love. Love yourself in order that you can send that love out and light out to everybody else. Thank you very much for watching. This video's gone on way longer than I thought it might. But thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to comment in the bottom of this video. My website is melaniecardwell.com, and you can contact me through there, or info@melaniecardwell.com. I wish you a really beautiful, uplifting, positive, sunny, bright, shiny day. And until next time, blessings to you all. Thank you for letting me rant on. I felt this was really important. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.